Hey there, and welcome to the show. In today's episode, I've got a few different ways to help you be able to monetize your hobby. If you're an artist, an author, a musician, composer, composition artist, just like making crafts, this episode is for you. I've got a handful of different ways to help you to be able to sell your craft goods, music, and art across the internet. If this interests you, make sure you stick around to the end because there are a lot I'm going to cover. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a member of the consulting crew, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it. As I said, welcome to the show. My name's Andrew, and today we're going to go over a nice little slew of different ways for you to be able to make money from your hobby. Whether you write novels or poetry, whether you're a painter, whether you're a woodworker, metal worker, clay worker, doesn't matter what kind of hobby it is. Today I'm going to share a nice amount of ways for you to be able to monetize and make money from your hobby. Number one is Etsy. Etsy does have a slew of different types of categories you can list your items in. Whether it's a physical item or a digital item, you have the ability to go on Etsy and sell it there. Just know that you do have some fees with Etsy. It's something like 20, 30 cents per item that you upload, and then upon sale, there is a percentage and a transaction fee that they do take from you upon the sale of your item. But I myself, when I have sold on Etsy, it was not that bad when it came to the transaction fee or the percentage that they took. The downfall is you don't get to build your email list. You really don't get to communicate with the purchaser outside of them maybe asking a question or two, and that is it. Especially after the sale of the item, there is no real feedback system or outreach to them to market potentially more sales or anything like that. Etsy promotes on their site only. They do not go to third parties like Facebook and other places like that to promote your items for you. And they do have some stipulations on how you do your marketing. Otherwise, it's not all that bad of a platform for those that want to sell your art, crafts, music, or any other item. They do have a list of different things that you can sell and some things that they don't want to see on the platform, but otherwise, it's a good place to go. They have crafting supplies on there, vintage items, handmade items, you name it, it's there. Number two, Amazon Handmade. Yep, you heard that. Amazon actually has its own handmade section. If you go into Amazon.com, you go up to the search bar and click on the little selector and scroll down to handmade. You will find all the different products that they have that are made by artists from around the world. They also, of course, just like any other platform, do have some fees that will get charged for selling your items on their site. But if you really think about it, it's a good place to go as well because over 63% of the people around the world who look for something that they're going to buy go to Amazon before they go anywhere else to find that same item. That to me Sounds like an awfully good place to be able to market some of your items, all of your items, to potentially reach more viewers so you can get eyes on your items. Because even though they may not purchase it themselves, it might interest them to show somebody else that might like your product. That brings us to number 3, Artfire. Artfire is a lot like Etsy in the sense that you have handmade items, vintage items, and art and craft supplies. I myself have not used this platform, but based on all the research I have done this past week, it looks like a great alternative to Etsy. Number 4, Rubylane, the top curated marketplace for art supplies, crafting goods, vintage items, and jewelry. Now, to me, that's a good all around platform as well. You can find art there, you can find craft goods there, jewelry, and vintage items. Rubylane also gives access to Google Analytics data so you can see how much traffic you're getting, unlike a lot of the other sites. Rubylane also allows you to Skype with your customers to be able to answer any questions, be able to show anything specific that you want to on camera. That way, you can ensure that the customer knows exactly what they're getting and can interact with you personally one on one to make sure that your item is a good fit for them. Rubylane also allows you to use third parties for marketing your content. Whether you're on Facebook Marketplace or Shopify or any of the other platforms, Rubylane does not have any rules against you using a third party platform to be able to sell your items like some of the others do. Number 5, Store Envy. Store Envy has over 67,000 brands of different artists and small businesses who they market their content for. Doesn't matter on whether it's a painting or a drawing or a craft good. Store Envy lets you use their platform to sell your items. Store Envy is specifically for independent and small brands. Store Envy prides itself on high quality products and has a higher payout rate than Etsy. Store Envy also lists your items on their social media sites to assist in the promotion of your items to get more eyes on so you can have more of a chance to get purchases. Number 6, AFRA. AFRA is another similar site to Etsy, but it's geared specifically to Americans. American artists can go on there, sell their art and craft goods, and have them purchased, and then you can go through and ship them to anywhere in the country. AFRA does have a very specific definition of the items that can be sold on their platform, but as long as your items are in that bill, then you have a perfect platform to go to. Number 7, Folksy. Folksy is just like AFRA with the exception that it is UK artisans only. Just like AFRA, they have a very specific definition of the items that they will allow on their platform for your creations. And if you fit into that market, then you can use their platform as a UK artist. Number 8, iCraft Gifts. iCraft Gifts is a Canadian based company and allows you to be able to list your items, whether you're from the US, the UK, Europe, Asia, wherever it is, you can sell your items on their platform. The only thing is they do not allow vintage items to be resold. Number 9, Facebook Marketplace. If you're on Facebook, you can go on to the Marketplace tab and be able to list your item no matter what it is, whether It's a painting, a drawing, woodworking, metalworking, music creation, anything. Facebook Marketplace, you can sell anything. And then you have the ability to set the price that you want. You can also set the designation of where it's allowed to be sold, whether it's going to be shipped or local pickup only. There's a lot of ability there as well. Number 10, Shopify. Now, Shopify is a paid service, but you have more of an ability there to be able not only to sell your handmade items, but you also have the ability to design items and put it on to their product and then sell through your store. Of course, this is a fairly expensive. It's $29 a month, and depending on what other features you want, the price may go up as well. Shopify does give you the ability to do point of sale, use their platform to take payments. They also have the ability to give you discounted shipping rates, and you can go about selling your items on there. But remember, as I said a moment ago, it is a paid service. Number 11, Spotify. If you're a musician or a podcaster, voiceover artist, you can go on to Spotify and you can list your audio creations on there for free as well as paid. Number 12, SoundCloud. Just like Spotify, it's another audio distribution network. You could go on there and you can have free listeners as well as paid listeners to where you can give them the ability to download your music, podcast, or voiceover work for a small fee. Number 13, Disc Makers. Disc Makers is a professional distribution hub for all things audio as well as video. If you're a musician and you create music or do podcasting, you have the ability to go to them. They can take your already finished work and distribute it for you or print it for you, or you can also just buy the products that you need done and do everything yourself. They also have the ability to take your music for you and distribute it to all the top names around the world for digital use. Whether you want it to be on Apple Podcast type networks or Spotify or SoundCloud, you can pick what you want to do and you can be able to market it that way in the digital platforms. Or, as I said, you have the ability to do CDs, DVDs, vinyl records, USB drives. They have merch that you can also be able to design and distribute as well. They also have other services to where if your music is not finished to how you want, you can have their audio engineers go through and fine tune all the different levels and mix and master everything the way you want it as well. Number 14, Audible. If you're an author, another good way for you to be able to do your books is an audiobook. And if you wanted to, you could do an audiobook recording, submit it to Audible, and then sell that audiobook on that platform. Audible is also owned by Amazon, and I've mentioned this before that you can go through the KDP or the ACX, which is the Kindle Direct Publishing for a digital book version, and the ACX is for the audiobook exchange. Another way that you can monetize your hobby is to do buy me a coffee, just like if you were to do for a YouTube channel or a blog. It allows your audience to donate to you to continue seeing what your work is and to support you along your journey. You can also use CoFi, KO-FI. And it's just like Buy Me a Coffee. It's another donation platform for your audience to be able to support you. You can also do things like Patreon. And You can collect donations there, you can do memberships there. You can also set it up so that you can distribute your items in return for a certain amount of donation to you. There's a number of different ways. Another option is to use PayPal itself. PayPal or Stripe have the ability for you to collect payments, and then you have to do all the different work for marketing your item, collecting the payments through PayPal or Stripe, and then you would have to be the one to distribute or ship your items wherever in the world. Be sure that whatever it is that you're going to do meets the stipulations for customs when you are shipping overseas. Another way that you can monetize your hobby is eBay. You can go on eBay, make a listing for your item, and sell it on there. Of course, you are going to have the same, just like with Etsy and many of the others that I've mentioned before, with listing fees and transaction fees and commission, but it is an option to post your items on eBay and make the majority of that money from selling on there. Another way that you can be able to make money from your hobby is to go on to Teespring. If it's a digital item, you can list it on Teespring and have it on a landing page or a store on there to be able to sell as well. If you do t-shirt designs, you could be able to take that artwork, put it onto merch on there, whether it's a t-shirt, a hoodie, leggings, stickers, phone cases, towels, tapestries, canvas. You can put your items on there for sale and be able to make the money there. The best part about Teespring is you do not have to pay any money right up front. You list it on your store, and then upon sale of the item, they take the cost of the item that you're doing and they take their chunk and give you the remainder of the profits. You also have complete control over what you price everything at. But just remember that Teespring will take a little bit of commission from you for the cost of the item itself, like the t-shirt cost or the mug cost, sticker cost, and then you add on the amount that you want for profit on those specific items. Now, if you're a blogger, on the other hand, I'm sure you've heard of AdSense for YouTube. Well, you can actually sign up for a non YouTube AdSense account for your blog or for your website, in which case you can get ad revenue from that. And that will allow you to make money off of your blog or your website writings. And they don't even have to necessarily purchase anything from those ads. It's just them viewing them just like on YouTube. Another option is if you are a video creator or anything like that, you can go to Vimeo. Vimeo is another option similar to YouTube, but you can actually charge for the ability for people to watch your videos on there. You can also do something similar on YouTube for like members only content. In that case, you can be able to monetize your content creation for videos that way. This also gives you the ability to get super chats and paid memberships and things like that as well when you're using the YouTube platform. So now you have over 20 different ways that you can monetize your hobby and make money doing it. So there is a number of different ways for you to be able to market and sell your hobby. Doesn't matter whether you're a painter, a drawer, a digital artist, a musician, a voiceover actor. You could take your items, market it on those various different platforms, and make money from your hobby. If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to post them down below in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And if I don't have the answer right away, I will do the research and get back to you as soon as possible. I hope you found today's episode informative and enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit that like button. It helps out the YouTube algorithm and it helps you also to stay updated on the latest videos and more. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video and so you can stay updated on the rest of the series here on the channel. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out this video over here or maybe even this one over here. We'll see you next time.